So the Minister of Public Enterprises, Pravin Gordhan, met today with the Public Protector Advocate Busisiwe Mkhwebane as per subpoena that had been served on him. Let's find out more about the meeting. I got on the line the legal representative, that's Malatji, who joins us on the line. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Malatji, and thank you for your time.
Dumela, Tabiso, and your listeners.
Yes. So let's first understand what exactly was this meeting about. I mean, it was as a result of a subpoena that was served and on the minister, and according to the public protector, it was because of unresponsiveness on the part of the public protector. So. And yet it was also said that this was a part of a preliminary investigation. What is your understanding of what today was all about? Perhaps you could just explain it to us from your point of view.
Yes. Maybe just for clarity, remember the proceedings before the public protector have been clothed similarly to those before a court. So one cannot speak as a participant in those proceedings as though would be regarded as contempt potentially of a court of law. So what I can tell you and the listeners would have to be anything but the actual content of the meeting. Now,
fair enough.
Getting back to your question. Minister received a subpoena to appear so as to answer allegations of what was termed in a letter of February this year, maladministration, dishonesty and impropriety in relation to Mr. Ivan Pillai's retirement and subsequent re-employment. We had called for, as you can imagine, those allegations are serious. We called for support in terms of evidence, documents, anything of any sort in relation to those allegations. And no, we haven't received it. And we appeared today because the minister has to comply with the law.
And that said, I mean, what is the proper, definition or description of what the meeting was about? I mean, is this is this now part of an investigation? Is the minister now officially under investigation, or is this still part of this preliminary investigation that has been spoken of?
We'd like to think it's a preliminary investigation in the sense that we've been told expressly so. There is no evidence of wrongdoing on the part of the minister. And secondly, expressly again, that this is a preliminary investigation. So from where we're sitting, we gather that she's probably trying as best as she can to collate as much information, documentation, evidence as she can relating to the complaint. So it remains, from where we're sitting, a preliminary investigation. If minister was implicated, there would have been a Section 7(9) notice issued, in terms of which the person likely to be implicated by the is called upon to comment before she issues the report. That was not in a preliminary investigation.
All right. So at this stage, the minister has not been asked to present a version or anything of the sort, or in response to any particular charge, if I'm understanding you correctly.
No, Tabiso. Remember, I cannot tell you what happened at the meeting, but minister has been subpoenaed under powers that the public protector has to come and speak to the allegations. So he was duty bound by law to attend the meeting and to provide as much as he possibly could regarding the complaint that has been lodged. And a lot of that detail, by the way, is in the public domain. I mean, just look at the statement at the Nugent Commission made by one of his then employees, Mcinc, in June of 2018. All of the answers relating to what minister did in fact contained in that affidavit.
And because there seemed to be some suggestion, at least from certain legal commentators, that it would be unprocedural and it could almost be tantamount to an abuse of power by the public protector if she were going to issue a subpoena for what is effectively only a preliminary investigation and not an investigation itself, which is why I was trying to draw the distinction in terms of what exactly is happening here. But be that as it may, just remind us, if you will, again, who the complainant in this matter is.
And the complainant is Mr. Loveka. His public profile indicated that he was a writer in the previous president's office. And for the rest, we do not know how and why the complaint was lodged by him in particular.
Yeah, okay. So I was about to ask what would be his interest in this matter. All right, so what happens next now? What is the next step?
The next steps are the public protector must do her job, which is to investigate, evaluate the evidence she will gather, and then to determine whether there is any wrongdoing on the part of the minister. And then if she is of the view that there may be adverse findings to be made by her, then to give the minister an opportunity to address her on those. So our anticipation is she will continue to investigate, probably speak to a number of persons who would have been there at the time, the commissioner himself, the then commissioner, and any other officials, and then arrive at a conclusion. And that conclusion, if favorable, that's the end of the matter. If not favorable, we then get an opportunity to engage with her again.
All right. Thank you so much then to Attorney Tebogo Malatji. Thank you so much for speaking to us. I appreciate your time.
Well, have a good day. Bye.
There you go, because he acts on behalf of the Minister of Public Enterprises, Pravin Gordhan, who met today with the public protector responding to a subpoena that had been issued against him.
You've been listening to a Power 98.7 podcast.